you next time.
Bob Seger's tour takes him through Metro Detroit this week. He's at the Palace of Auburn Hills. 3 shows, one on Tuesday, one Thursday, and one on Saturday. You might even be able to get your hands on a ticket if you
There's
go about it the right way, right? Joining us this morning is Gary Graff, co-author of the only book ever written about Seger. It's called Traveling Man, and it's now available in paperback.
It is.
That's
nice to say.
Cool. Yeah, that's nice. This is so fun looking at these pictures. So tell me how the pictures came first, and then the stories followed, right?
Right.
So we gotta tell a story about these pictures.
Well, my partner Tom Weschler, who's the photographer and was also Seger's tour manager for a number of years between 69 and 73, 74. He and I were talking about doing a book together for quite a while. Tom has a lot of music photographs.
Yeah.
And as we were looking through everything, we decided it kept coming out. There's lots of Seger stuff and great Seger stuff because of his access, and each photo had a story.
As we look at some of these pictures, Gary, what did you learn? And Bob Seger, of course, many people feel like here in Michigan that they grew up with Bob Seger. I mean,
Right.
He played small venues, mall openings, and high schools and everything else.
Our line on the book is, if everybody who says that Bob Seger played their high school buys a copy, Tom and I will be doing better than the lottery.
All right, very good. Tell us about some of these pictures. We picked some of our favorites from the book, too.
This is one of the more famous ones in Seger's history. Seger came out, Bruce Springsteen came out to Pine Knob back then to meet Seger the first time, and Tom shooed everybody out of the room so he could get the exclusive photo of that. This, I believe, is at that's in Cincinnati. That's at the Cincinnati Pop Festival. And, you know, again, Tom's access, the ability to get you a butt shot of Bob Seger with a big crowd behind him. And there are things in the book. This is at the Oakland Mall, where Ponche Andrews, Seger's manager, did not want him to play the show, and a bunch of people talked him into it, and 30,000 people wound up.
Yeah, it was an incredible turnout that nobody expected, right?
And that's just a portrait of a young Bob Seger, not as young as in the last photo, but that was taken at, I believe, at Tom's house, or his apartment at the time. What,
as you look at his career starting back in the 60s and still going strong, really, right now, what sort of ups and downs did you learn about Bob Seger that we didn't know before?
Well, the main thing was just how hard he worked over the years. You talked about the mall openings and the high school gigs. These guys, this was old school 70s style rock and roll. They got in a van and they really didn't stop. And often they didn't know where they were going to go from gig to gig. They'd come off stage on one gig and they'd say, okay, yeah, you're in Florida, you need to be in Boston tomorrow.
Yeah, this is as a kid. He's a kid who loved his guitar and loved music, right?
Sure. He would listen to WLAV coming out of Nashville, which had one of those huge, powerful signals, and he'd sit there with the transistor radio under the pillow and say, that's what I wanted to do. And he did it. He's 66, and he's playing 3 shows at the Palace.
I know. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? Is it the song lyrics, or what do you think helps him stand the test of time? I mean, is it that he's a musician's musician?
Combination of everything. He's a great songwriter, for starters, and that's both lyrics and music. The songs are so well constructed, and the lyrics, you know, you had a country band in here earlier today. They love Bob Seger and country music because he tells stories, and he really gets to the heart of the matter. They call him, you know, he is the prototypical Midwestern heartland rock and roller, and that heartland thing is a big part of it. Stories he tells you are right from his heart, from his life. Everybody can relate to them. Yeah, everyone has a turn the page. Everybody has a night moves in their lives.
And when you have lyrics that stick with you, like, you know, ain't good looking, but I ain't shy.
Sure.
Ain't afraid to look a girl right in the eye. You know, and you have certain lyrics that just stay with you.
Yeah, we could get you a gig doing his backup singing.
No, but I mean, when lyrics stay with you and they're so poignant, you know, and poetic, you know, he's got something.
When you go to these shows, he opens with Roll Me Away, as he has for a while. The whole audience is singing from the first word of the concert, almost all the way through the last.
And that's something.
Well,
thank you for coming in.
My pleasure.
Gary.
Thanks for having me.
Again, Traveling Man is now out in paperback, and good stories and great pictures.
Tom and I will be signing them at the shows as well at the Palace.
Oh, good. Very good. And Bob's still sounding good?
Bob sounds great.
Yeah. I bet he has to do
I should sound that good when I'm 60.
I know, really, right? And
I
be
can't
on stage
sing.
like that. And he's probably got to do some exercise. It's probably a whole new deal. You know, Jay, these rock stars, it's no more laying around anymore. You know, you got to be in shape to go on tour.
That's going to be just a great concert, great concerts. It's more than just